Well, hello and welcome to Bees Girls Mentoring Academy. We're so excited that you're on today. And of course, today is going to be very, very exciting. It's about personal development and growth. And I see some people are already in. Welcome, Miss Cheryl. Welcome, Helen. Glad to have you all in already. Why don't you all like and share, tell others that we're on. Today's going to be exciting. As I said, it's about personal development. One of our Bees Girls Council members, Crystal Bean, who just recently got married, has a presentation from one of her colleagues, and it's going to be great. I want to encourage not only teenagers to watch, but I want to encourage you to grab your parents, tell your parents to jump on, tell your friends to get on. I actually opened up today for everybody because I believe we all need to grow. We all need to develop personally. So I see Miss Cynthia Grant is out there. Hello, Miss Cynthia. Call you healed and made whole. Hello, Crystal. Hello, Chandra. Is it Shonda? Hello, Nikki. Hello, Shamika. Glad to have you all. Make sure you like and share. Hi, Shamika. Hello, Miss Helen. Make sure you tell people we're on. Hello, Christopher. Hello, Sherry. Glad to have you. Good morning, New Life family. Good morning to all of the Light members and, of course, those who are watching from around the country. Glad to have you. Good morning, Miss Gwen. Good morning, Sabrina. Hi, Pam. I miss you, Pam. Good morning, Pastor Laura. Hello, Tresca. Hello, Paul. So glad to have you all join us today. And of course, I want to just encourage you to share, like it, share it, tell somebody about it. We're excited about being on today. And I was intending to be at home today to do the Me Academy, but I'm stuck in sunny Florida while Texas is cold, I understand. So I'm looking forward to having a great time today. Thank God for virtual, that I didn't actually have to be in the building. So thank God for that. I have red lips today because it's time for Go Red for Heart Month. So I want to encourage those of you who are watching, make sure you wear red sometime this month. I think at New Light on tomorrow is Wear Red Day tomorrow. So make sure you wear red to support heart health. And then make sure you keep yourself healthy and strong as well. During this season of our lives, of course, Apostle and I are committed to the next generation. And one of the things that we're most excited about is the opening of Love City USA. Love City USA is the only Black-owned, Black-operated Christian youth camp in the country. And so we are so excited about our grand opening and finishing up phases 1, 2, and 3 of Love City USA. And so this year we are planning to open camps starting in June, and camps will be open in June. So if you know some teenagers, we want to encourage you to go on and enroll them and register them. But we have a fast track way that you can involve them and get them on. You can do LC Fast to 71441. That's LC Fast to 71441 for fast track registration. What you'll do is you may not know all of the names of your teams that are going to come with you right now. So you'll go in and you'll put the number of teams that you're going to commit to be a part of it. And then once you commit them to be a part of it, then we, of course, you'll pay their deposit of only $30. And then later you can come back and give us the names. And so we really want to encourage you to take advantage of the fast track registration. That's text LC Fast to 71441. LC Fast to 71441. And then Apostle is working on getting intercessors, people who will pray for teens. It's not making a commitment to any particular teenager, not making a commitment, just commitment to pray for them because our teens need our prayers. And so if you would like to be an intercessor, I forgot to mention that to Deslin, but if you'd like to be an intercessor, you can text MLBIG, that's MLBIG to 71441 to join the intercessory team. I heard Apostle say he's a little bit over halfway of the number of intercessors that he's looking for. So why don't you text MLBIG to 71441. Hello, Miss Grace. Good to see you out there. Miss Grace Evans, I see you're watching. Thank you, Miss Cynthia, for tagging all of your friends to be a part of it. Hello, Miss Jana. Is it Jana? Glad to see you out there. Yes, it is exciting times, Miss Grace. We're so excited about what God is doing and about our impact on the next generation during this restructured season of our lives. Hello from Tanzania, East Africa. Glad to have you. So glad to have you on. Hello, John Kelly. Hello, Lady Gail Johnson. Glad to have you on and glad that you're watching us. Hello, Patricia. And so we're so excited that you all are here. Hello, Jana. Hello, Dr. Rosetta Claire from the Bahamas. Glad to have you on. Hello, Bernadette Moody. We're so glad to have you from Maryland. Hello, Cheryl Scott. Hello, Delisha Bilbo. Excited to be a part, and I'm excited that you're here as well. Delisha's been with us since she was a baby, I think, little girl, I know for sure. Hello, Carolyn. Carolyn, you were invited by our member Cynthia Grant, and that's a great thing. That's what we're encouraging people to do. So why don't you like and share, invite somebody to be a part of it. Hello, Gina Russell. Hello, Sharon Henderson. Hello, Cheryl. And I'm going to invite Demisha DeFlora, who's one of our Bees Girls Council members, who did a wonderful presentation for Bees Girls a couple of weeks ago. And so we're going to just talk about a little bit about Me Academy and what it's all about, so we can encourage you to sign up, and take the test and be a part of it so that you can get your certification. So Demisha, how are you this morning?
I'm fantastic. What about you?
I'm doing great. I'm in warm, sunny Florida while you guys are in cold Texas.
Well, that's what restructuring looks like, and we are so excited, cold or not. At least we're on the inside and we can do this virtually. So I'm so excited
Yes.
today.
Yeah. So you want to share a little bit about what Me Academy is all about and what we've done so far and what's in the ahead.
Absolutely. So, Me Academy is all about mentoring. Um, as Pastor Bridget has a vision for our teenagers, and what we found in implementing Me Academy is that the topics that we're covering apply to everybody. So
Right.
the boys are coming in, and now we got the whole family joining in, and you are so welcome to join and glean and get this good information. We are here to share information that's great for your life. I think the first session was college prep, and it was fantastic with Dr. Ebony.
Amazing. Yes.
Amazing presentation there. And then we went into entrepreneurship in the month of November with Shelly Harvey, which was incredible. And then
Yes.
we did a little detour and talked about the dating game. And we had some amazing facilitators there. I mean, just so much information. And then in January, kicking the
And
year
that
off,
was Council Member Shantae McCurdy, who,
Monte McCurdy,
yes,
Crystal Thigpen, and Clarence
yes,
Anderson, and Dr. Delasfor, and
yes,
gave us so much information about godly dating, and just being a being good in relationships. Being a
right.
good person to be in a relationship with. And then in January, the top of the year, I facilitated visions and goals, how to manifest for real.
Incredible, and it was incredible. Yes, yes. So many people have their visions on their phones. I've
Yes.
noticed and talking about their visions and goals for 2022. So yes, that was amazing.
And thank God. And so having all of this great information today, we're just going to keep it going with personal development. And again, this applies to everybody. So like and share, and fasten your seatbelts, because we have another amazing facilitator. And of course, Crystal Bean has lined this up for us. And we're just excited to be a blessing and to share this great information with everyone.
Great. And then what's coming up for next month?
Next month, I cannot wait for professional and leadership development. Guys,
Yes,
this information is important to your walk, everything that you're doing in life. It is important that we have the skills and abilities to be amazing in the workplace, in school, in our churches, and of course, professional leadership. Development is one of those things. It's a learned behavior. It's a learned skill, but we're
right.
going to give you the tools that you need to show up and show out.
Right, and that's gonna be on March the 5th, I think. Again, on the 5th of the month, it looks like March is lining up the same way that February is, and that's with Felicia Lucas and Kim Richard as our These Girls Council members, and then they'll bring in, of course, other facilitators to be a part of it. So it is going to be exciting, and so I really, really want to encourage you. Like I said, go on and sign up. Make sure that you register yourself so that you can get the information and updates when we're doing them. And then also make sure that you sign up so you can take the test. You know, we have tests at the end. So it's going to be definitely something that you definitely want to do. And of course, there are more people liking and sharing, and everybody's saying hello. And hello, Trina. Glad to have you. And so hello, Miss Cynthia again. Thank you for inviting more people. Hello, Jacqueline. So make sure you like and share, like and share. And I'm going to bring in our council member, Crystal Bean. And when she's coming in, can you all put some claps and say hello to Crystal in the chat? She's recently married, a little bit over
Thank you.
6 weeks now.
Yes, almost 2 months.
Yeah, very good.
Yes.
So good
Thank
morning,
you.
Crystal. Glad to have you. So
Thank you so much. So glad to be a part today.
yes, you look so pretty.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
gorgeous.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
So how's married life?
It's wonderful. Married to an awesome man. I have a daughter and a son now, and I have a big family. I have lots of sisters, so it's a blessing. I'm excited.
Amen. Yeah,
Yes.
you grew up with just a brother, so now you just got a multiplied number of
I
sisters.
do. I have 9 sisters. She's the only boy in the house.
Wow. Wow.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
You know, he's definitely, I'm not gonna say well spoiled, but well loved.
Well, love, exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good. Well, I'm going to let you introduce our facilitator for today
Okay.
and let us know what she's going to be talking about and tell us about her skills and talents and what she does.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. So, first of all, I'd like to welcome everyone to our presentation today. And thank you so much, Dr. Bridget, as well as the Bees Girls Council, for allowing my colleague to speak today. You know, as mentioned, Demisha did an amazing job on vision board last month. You know, what does your vision board look like? How do you create your vision board? And when you think about our topic today, personal development, a lot of those aspects actually fall on your vision board. You know, your personal wellness, your spiritual wellness, your financial wellness, your emotional wellness. And that's exactly what our speaker is going to speak on today. And what better way than to start the second month of 2022 than focusing on your personal development? There's so many different aspects, and we're so looking forward to Suela's actually getting in talking about those different aspects. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Suela by reading her bio. Suela Ubebu is a public health practitioner and community wellness leader. She attended Louisiana Tech University, where she earned a Bachelor of Science in Dietetics and Nutrition. Suela also attended Walden University, where she received a Master of Public Health in General Public Health. Suela's focus is on health promotion and disease prevention in public health community and through strategic outreach program design, health, education aimed to improving individual behaviors in the community. So Suela's going to, the very first part of her presentation, she's going to focus more on the wellness side of personal development. What does your wellness look like going into your personal development? And the latter part of her presentation, she'll focus more on the aspects of personal development. So without further ado, please welcome our speaker today.
Thank you so much, Crystal, for that wonderful introduction. Good morning, everyone. I just want to say thank you so much to Dr. Pastor Bridget for inviting me and the entire Bee Girls Mentorship Program. Everything that you all are doing is making such a huge impact in our community. And I'm so happy to be talking to you all today about the importance of your wellness and personal development. Just as we began in January, you all talked about those vision and goals. We're going to continue just to build on that and how it's so important as you're transitioning to different areas of your life and beginning the new year, how it's important for us to develop in our personal lives as well. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, just want to begin with a thought for today. 3 John 2, have to begin with a scripture. And this is one of my favorite scriptures. I discovered this scripture when I was 15 years old in my journey of understanding personal development. And it says, "Dear friend, I'm praying that everything prosper with you and that you be in good health as I know you are prospering spiritually." Of course, this is John writing to one of the elders, but this is something that it applies to all of us. And when I see this, this is my prayer and this is my hope for you, that at the end of this presentation, that you will understand why it's important for us to prosper spiritually, but in every aspect, that's something that God is concerned for you as well, that as a whole person, that you will prosper and be in health. So what are we going to talk about on this beautiful Saturday morning? Well, we're going to recognize the significant role of bio-individuality in your health and wellness. It sounds like a big word, but we're going to break that down and see how that applies specifically to you and everyone that is watching today. We're going to understand what it means by primary and secondary foods. We're going to discuss the 6 dimensions of wellness, and this really is all about building that healthy self-esteem and self-care and overall self-worth. When we talk about our personal development, wellness is something that has to be included in that. In order for you to develop well, in order for you to develop as a well-rounded person, we have to understand that each individual aspect of you is so important. And then we're going to discover that your health, your wellness, your journey, your development is a journey and it's not a destination. We never fully arrive to the end, but each and every day, year after year, we're continuing to growing to be the best version of ourselves. So let's begin with a few statistics. This, as Crystal had mentioned earlier, that this is Heart Month. I definitely have my red on today to represent that. And when we talk about our own personal wellness, when we talk about our own growth and development, we have to begin with what's happening within our community. And this is the latest statistics that we see of heart disease, cancer, and COVID-19 have really rocked our community. And by understanding these statistics, understanding where we are right now, each and every single one of you has that opportunity to continue to make that difference. Even though there may be issues out there, by continuing to grow and develop who you are, you will be able to make an impact on our communities, and these statistics will not have to be the same. So let's talk and see how we can change the statistics, starting with you. All right, I want to hear from you all first before we dig into this. What does healthy mean to you? When you've heard the word healthy, when you see it on TV, when you think about yourself, let me hear from you. What does it mean for you to be healthy? And I'll wait here to see the chat and see if I can get some answers here. So what does healthy mean to you? Okay, looks like we're going to post these towards the end. So whatever that healthy means to you, go ahead and throw it in the chat. And we're going to have discuss that towards the end and see if your definition changes from where we begin now to how we get there towards the end. So let's talk about that bio-individuality word I said. And all that means is that people are different. Every single one of you have on different clothes. We have different hairstyles. When you look in the mirror, you look different from your neighbor, from your cousin, from your parents, from your siblings. You are different. Your personal tastes and preferences are different. Even if it comes to your nutrition, and we won't dive into that too much, this is for another class. You are a sophisticated 24-hour biocomputer. Everything that aspect that surrounds you is different from everyone else. So as you begin to think about your own personal growth and development, you have to remember that you stand aside from everyone else, that you're unique, and that uniqueness is not by accident. So when you start going out into the world and you start just exploring and finding different things, understand that the reason you think and feel things a certain way is because that is your bio-individuality, that you're different and you're wonderful just the way that you are. All right. Now let's talk a little bit about our primary foods, and I'm seeing some answers to what does healthy mean. Awesome. Feeling well, mind, body, and spirit, mentally and physically fit and content, spiritual health first, then mental. Very, very important. Thank you so much for those answers. And all of those are true. And let's talk about that with our primary foods, non-food sources of energy that nourish you. physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, right? All right, we know the importance of eating our kale and fruits and vegetables. We hear about that all the time. It's a new year. You're probably seeing that happening all around you as well. But before we get to that, how do you feel physically? How do you feel mentally? Because that's going to affect every single thing that you do. And that is your primary food that you can't live without, that you're feeling well holistically in every area of your life. So then we move on to the secondary foods, which many of you may have thought about. Fruits, vegetables, and nourishment to keep you physically fit and strong. But what happens sometimes, particularly, as we're growing up, secondary foods, they can start to be part of our primary foods. As a solution, when we're feeling stressed, we want to go for the potato chips, or we're feeling frustrated with that friend, or we just got ghosted by someone, which has been happening a lot, and we experience that sadness. But it's good to get in contact with those emotions, and it's important for us to understand that when we have that imbalance in our primary, our emotional, our physical, and mental well-being, we can't rely on food or other substances to fill that void. And then what do we see starts to happen? Weight gain, diet-related disorders, heart disease, depression, and just a decrease in quality of life. Statistics let us know that even with COVID that's happening for people, for a lot of your teens out there, I know that you're watching, that has had such an impact on the quality of your life and going towards those things we may not have wanted to go towards before. But that's okay. We know that with any problem, there's always a solution. So let's get to working out on those solutions. I'm seeing some more comments. Longer, happier life, eating better, peace in everything inside and out. So true. How do we remain and keep that peace? There's so many changes happening right now. We're thinking about school. We're thinking about going to the next grade, SATs, changes happening with your friends, and everything could become out of balance. So how do we remain in balance with those primary foods and secondary foods? And let me introduce you all today to the 6 dimensions of wellness. If you don't have your pen and paper by now, please grab that. If you've got your phone, open up your notes, and let's start journaling and talking about your 6 dimensions of wellness, how that influences your personal growth and development so that you can have an excellent wellness journey. And let's begin. All right, let's begin with your occupational wellness. And remember, everything that we're going to talk about over these next few slides is going to apply specifically to you. So when you think about your occupation, you may think about this is your parents or those around you have been training and prepping you for college, trade school, whatever that you're trying to do. It's personal satisfaction in your life through work. It can be used interchangeably in your role at home or in the community. And of course, various career options, and encourages you to pursue the opportunities that you enjoy the most. And that's the key here that I want us to understand, that your occupation, you may be thinking about careers that you want to get into and all those changes that you want to make. But at the end of the day, you have to have a passion for whatever you're doing. If it's a nurse, if it's an engineer, if it's a doctor that you're going to be, think about what is it that you have a passion for, that even if your occupation changes, you all have heard and seen happening with your family and in your community, layoffs with COVID, and people's occupation have changed, but the passion doesn't have to die. Whatever you think about what you want to do in your future, think about what is it that you have a passion for that you can help, and that you can always go back to your community and contribute with what you're doing because you have that passion. And above all, before a job, your occupation as a daughter, as a cousin, as that BFF is what's going to stand the most when careers can change. You may start college and think you know what you want to do, and by the end, there's a whole nother area that you wish to explore. But as long as that passion doesn't die, and as long as you remember who you are before you get that new job, before you get into college, before you start high school and start those different activities, your occupation is who you are first at home with your family and community around you. And that's how you remain in balance. Moving on to our emotional wellness. We are emotional well-beings. It means to recognize, accept, and manage your feelings, not to throw them away, not to cast them aside, but to recognize and accept those feelings. And you know what I love about emotions? Emotions are a gift from God. We were made in his image. All those emotions that you feel, it's not by accident. We read about in Isaiah 53 when he was thinking about the prophecy when Jesus to come, and he was despised and rejected, a man of sorrow, acquainted with grief. Man, we've had so many things happen to us. You've had so many experiences happen over the last year that your emotions may have been all over the place. But it's important as you grow and develop to recognize those emotions, establish boundaries, accept yourself, and ask for help. Many of you here are connected by aunties, uncles, cousins, pastors, and those within you who are willing to be there to have that listening ear for you. And it's important to recognize it and just to accept that those emotions are a gift and that you should feel free to do that. I remember it took me, my senior year in college was the first time I actually sat down with a psychiatrist. And it's been free, but I just never felt comfortable doing it. I felt like, my parents were around. I should be able to tell them everything, but everything from high school and college. And after those 4 years, I just needed to vent to a third party and to just let it all out. And you know what? It was a great experience that really started my journey to opening up with my emotions. And I want to encourage you to do the same. That council member, that leader that you have that's close to you, always remember that those emotions that you're feeling, it's great to express them because you could be helping somebody in the future. So when it comes to your emotions, recognizing it's a gift from God, ask for help, and establish those boundaries if you need to, and accept yourself for who you are. Let's move forward to our spiritual wellness, the search for meaning and purpose in your existence, right? It's finding content and embracing those emotions and the rugged stretches in your journey. And you know what? Our spiritual wellness can be tested during times of stress and conflict. When you've prayed that you do so well on a certain test, or you're preparing to study for your SATs, or there's different activities and volunteering that you're doing, and you feel like you're doing all of this for nothing, and it can really get to your spiritual wellness. But as you continue to search for that meaning and purpose, that's when you have to become closer to that spiritual leader that's in your life, to those in your family, and really that journaling and talking to God. Every area of your life that you go through, no matter what changes, God hears, he understands, he knows, and he will be there to guide you in the way that you can go. And when we start to develop spiritually on our own, reading and studying on our own and sharing with others, when we go through different conflicts and stressors, because everyone's stress looks different, right? But when we go and experience those things, it's not God who will want to let go of first. It's when we become closer and become connected, because we're going to experience heartbreak. Some of you already have experienced some heartbreak, like I said, ghosted and so many things happening. But stay connected to God and know that he'll be there with you to provide that guidance and to help you feel content and embrace the journey that you have ahead for you. All right, now let's talk a little bit more about our intellect. And this is a subject that's really high on demand. I hope you guys can recognize the person on the right. Wonderful picture of course, Nina Simone. She wrote a song back in the day that said to be young, gifted, and Black, that is where it's at. And that's definitely where it's at. I'm encouraging you, when your intellectual wellness, that learning doesn't stop once you finish high school, or once you finish college, or once you get your master's, or once you become married or pursue. Learning is a lifelong journey. Each and every one of us are continue to learn. It means to expand your knowledge and skills and your self-development. One sure way to fast track your self-development is to always learn, being in a book, researching, exploring those around you. Be intentional in expanding your knowledge. Take those classes that you've never thought you may want to take before and explore, and utilize the gift given to you to shine. Each and every one of you has a special gift that's been given to you to shine. If you hide it, we're not going to know the wonderful things that you have. If you limit yourself and don't explore, you never know what's going to be out there to help sharpen that special gift that you have. And it all begins by constantly looking for ways to learn. If there's something you want to know more about, don't be afraid to speak up, to talk with those spiritual counselors and your leaders. Talk to your friends about it if you feel like they need to know something more. Always be willing and brave to expand your intellect, and that's going to fast track you in every area of your life to develop you. and be that trailblazer in where you want to be. All right, social wellness. We've got to talk about social wellness. Our social wellness has changed over the last couple of years. I know everybody has a phone, everyone texts, everyone mostly has TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook. Did I miss one? There's so many platforms that we have today socially connected. But you know what? We know that this generation, many young people feel not as connected. We feel down when we log into social media. We feel like our life is going great. Then we see someone make a TikTok post about them traveling and they're doing selfies, and it could really bring down our self-esteem and self-worth. But we have to remember what your social wellness is first. It's building healthy, nurturing, and supportive relationships and connecting with those around you, right? Social wellness is not social media. Now, don't get me wrong. I have a little Snapchat and Instagram as well. But it's so important as young people, as you all are the influencers, and we wouldn't know anything about this if it wasn't for you. But still have that reminder that you have to build those supportive relationships and connect with those around you in your household, in your church, when you form groups, when you go to school, or those who are sitting next to you at your desk. That's how you make those connections. And you never know, the more that you're able to talk with people and learn new things and be able to contribute more, you have those healthy relationships that you can build upon. That's going to help you to be able to fully engage with the world around you. But if we're constantly on our phones, we can't be fully engaged to what's happening around you. So even if you want to continue using that platform of social media, I encourage you to do so, but always remember your foundation of being and staying connected with those who are around you and in your community. So very important. Social wellness is not social media. We've got to come out of that and start to engage more with those who are sitting right next to us. All right, physical wellness. And many of you may think about, when you think of healthy, you think of someone who is physically fit. They take all of those green shakes, they do the yoga and everything else, right? Physical wellness is that personal responsibility to optimal health. Once you go off to college, even when you get in high school, some of you in high school and college already, you know that there's not a lot of control over what you eat. You can kind of choose those healthy foods that you want to eat, particularly when you go out to college as well. You're going to be able to really be able to see those things around you. But personal responsibility to optimal health as it relates to physical activity and nutrition. Schedule your yearly medical appointments and do something every day for your physical health. You know, walk with friends, dancing, physical activity with family, parking further from the grocery store. I know that sounds like, okay, this is stuff that my mom and auntie and uncle are supposed to be doing, but it starts with you right now. The more you're in tune with your development as you grow, because you're not finished growing yet, the more you're in tune to your growth and develop and your nutrition and being active and healthy, the better you can make an impact on those around you. In school, once you get to college, once you graduate, you are going to be that prime example of what it means to be physically healthy and fit. And it starts by doing something every day that's good for you. Even when it means to self-care, taking care of your skin and going out and whatever that means for you, it starts now. Don't put yourself on the back burner now, because once you start studying and really getting into the nitty-gritty of school and work life, sometimes that can fall off the wagon. So I just encourage you, as you continue to grow and develop, don't neglect your physical health. That's something that's going to be so very important to you. All right. And it really all boils down to this. When you couple your primary and secondary foods, when we talk about the stuff that you've been learning in school about nutrition, physical activity, and all of that wellness, and you couple that with your emotions, who you are, when you wake up in the morning, when you journal those thoughts that nobody even knows about. And when you can focus on that, that's how you truly nourish yourself. And it leads to a higher health, an extraordinary life. You don't want to live just an ordinary life, right? You want to live an extraordinary life. You want to be extra. You want to be supreme. You want to be above and beyond. And it starts with finding that balance in every area. Your health is no longer a destination, but a lifelong, unique journey of discovery. And so let's into this. Here's our call to action before we get on to some Q&As. I hope you've had a chance to write down some interesting things, and it's time for you in 2022 to start your own personal discovery session. Begin journaling your primary foods. When you heard us talking about emotional wellness and physical wellness and social, what are some areas you think you want to fine tune? What are some areas you think you want to share with your friends that you feel like you can do a little bit better because you're ready to grow, you're ready to develop a little bit more, and share that with someone? Remember, that's really a part of that intellectual wellness. Once you share with others, you'll be able to discover from them and they will be able to discover for you. Knowing your own body is the essential first step to discovering how to stay healthy. And my final thought before we get into our Q&A is just another one of my favorite scriptures, Psalms 139. It says, I thank you. We're talking about God because I am awesomely made. You are awesomely made. Wonderful are your works. I want you to know this very well, that you are beautifully and wonderfully made. All right. And that brings us to our questions and comments. Thank you so much. Crystal, back over to you.
Absolutely amazing. It was amazing presentation.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, so much great information. And my one takeaway is social wellness is not social media. Oh my goodness, that was so good. That was like, yeah, that's a good one. So I see a couple of people asking questions and making comments. Some people are saying that when they walk, it helps their emotional state. One question is, are there any books that you recommend for emotional wellness? And so, of course, I'm going to recommend the number one book is the Bible. Yes. And, I think a lot of times if we'll just sit down and listen to the word and read the word, that will definitely be a help to us. And then the second one is I would suggest my book on my thoughts on Victoria's Confessions, shameless plug on my book, but it will help you to get your emotions in line. And of course, any other suggestions that you would like to suggest?
Yeah, I do have a suggestion. Joyce Meyer has a book that's called Uniquely and Authentically You. And that really goes into detail about understanding who you are as a person and connecting with those emotions. So that's another book that I represent. But of course, number one is the Bible, because it'll get you straight on what you need to do.
Yeah, and then I see Crystal Parker said, I would also suggest Victoria's Confessions, which is what I said already. Yes, it's definitely a tool to help you to get your emotions in line and definitely help you get yourself together. One of the things is the 15 freedom truths in there is to daily say, I'm a new creature predestined for greatness. I'm a child of God, fully loved by my Father, regardless of how I perform. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Those are the things that you need to say about yourself. Those affirmations are so vitally important. And so I really want to encourage you, if you don't have a copy of the book, you can definitely get a copy by texting IHBH. Whatever it is. Destin, can you guys put it up there? I think it's BKIHBH to 71441, and you can get a copy of the book there because we didn't plan to talk about it, but since they asked, that was a good question. Yes, BKIHBH to 71441 to get a copy of the book. And of course, I want to put in a plug now for the Family First Conference, because Family First Conference is coming up the 23rd through the 25th of February. And at that conference, we're going to be talking about developing your whole family structure, your whole family life. It's free, it's open to everyone. And so I would really encourage you to be a part of that. And you can register for that by texting FFC22 to 71441. It's a hybrid experience. We'll be doing it virtually as well as in person. So definitely want to encourage you to be a part of that. Someone said letters to my daughters is also a good one as well. Let's see. Pastor Laura said, yes, that book on confessions is great. I use it every day, changes my life. And then someone said journaling is a good way, that they've been doing that since 1998. So, yeah, journaling is very good because it gives you an opportunity to write down your thoughts, write down what's happening and what's going on. Yeah. So, yeah.
Definitely.
I would also recommend Mental Toughness for Success. That one
Yeah.
by Apostle Ivy Hilliard, of course, is an amazing book that I go to over and over again. That's a really good one too.
Absolutely. And that's available on that BKIHBH to 71441 as well. Somebody says 90-Day Gratitude Journal is great by Scott and Davenport. So yes, that's good as well. Anything else? Any more comments, questions? You guys were waiting on your questions. So somebody said, I love Mental Toughness for Success. I need to reread it. It's a book that you need to read over and over again. So yeah.
I can't believe this information is free. Is
I
anybody?
know.
This
Being
was
Academy
so
is absolutely
good.
free. Free
This
and
was so good.
yes, it was so good. I loved every point. I got something out of every point that gave. The emotional wellness one was, I think, sticks out with people so much because our emotions have gone through so much over the last 2 years. You know, we've gone from uh, being normal to now setting a new normal. Wearing your mask. You don't have to wear your mask. Just loved ones transitioning, and it's just been so much, so a lot of people have gone. And then, of course, the seclusion didn't help at all of you having to be at home alone. Many people who were not married or didn't have other family members that lived in the same house.
Right.
They were, that took a toll on people emotionally. And so that's when you have to refocus. I say all the time, refocus, get your emotions in line with the word of God. So, I love that you use all of the scriptures at the beginning and at the end, because it's the will of God that we prosper and be in health as our soul prospers, and he says that we should cast down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. And so that is the thing that you can get your emotions in line when you can cast those imaginations down. So, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And what I got from is actually like how personal development is actually a process. Like you can't rush it. You just take your time and go through it. So many different aspects, but just take your time and go through the process of personal development. So it was a wonderful presentation.
Absolutely incredible. Yes,
Yes. I
definitely.
see a few other questions as well, Dr. B. I saw where or the Heal Your Books on Amazon, and they
Mhm.
also have a question about keto diet. I love keto, but it's negative frowned upon. What's your thoughts on keto as well?
So the books are not on Amazon as of yet. They're easily available through that text messaging thread that I gave, and I'm gonna yield to
So
Sawayla.
Layla,
Yes.
Sawayla for her keto information.
Yes, that's a great question. There is no one size fit diet all approach. I know with keto, there's been some benefits, but particularly for women, for young women, especially, it's something that's not recommended because it can change our metabolism. So it's really for those who suffered from epilepsy originally, the keto diet, because it was so low carb. But for us, I think that there's another alternative that we can do, and maybe we can talk about that another day and go into detail about nutrition and diets. But yes,
Yeah, because one of the things that I saw in your bio is that you were studying nutrition. So
yes,
yeah, we can definitely bring you back for a session on nutrition. That would be great.
yes,
But yeah, I agree. I've heard so many different things about female and the keto diet, that it does so many different things that you just need to research. And like you said, there's no one size fits all diet for anybody.
right,
It's just and again, going back to the scripture, that I eat those things that are needful for my body, and
yes,
so ask God to give you wisdom on what's the best approach for your body, you know.
yes.
So, yeah. Let's see, we have any more that we missed?
I don't see any.
I don't either. This was absolutely amazing. So I really want to encourage those of you who are watching to subscribe to the Bees Girls YouTube channel. All of these presentations are on there as well as on our website, and you can get them over and over. And then, of course, you want to make sure that you register so you can take the test. And then once you complete the test, you'll receive a certificate after all of the sessions are over. So definitely want to encourage you to make sure that you do that as well. Yep. So this has been great. The information was absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Any last words that you want to say, Sawayla? Sawayla. I'm gonna say it just like it's written, Sawayla. Is that correct?
Thank you, Dr. Just final words that, just echoing what you all have been saying, that really that personal growth and develop, like you said, Crystal, it's a process, and everyone viewing you all, there's so many books and ways that you can stay connected with B Girls Mentorship and with your community around you. So I just encourage you to continue to do that and aim for that high quality of life that God so wants for us to have. And thank you all so much for inviting me. That's all.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes. Demisha, you have any last comments on anything?
Nope, I just want to let everybody know March 5th, come on back and join us on March 5th for professional and leadership development. This information is free, it's great, and we are excited about presenting it for you. So, March the 5th, Saturday, 10 a.m., professional and leadership development with Kim Richard and Felicia Lucas. It's going to be amazing.
Yes. Crystal, any last comments?
Thank you so much again, Dr. Bridget, as well as the Bees Girls Council, Demisha, for answering my emails and me calling you at 7:30 in the morning for questions and answers. And thank you so much. I approached you at work and was like, hey, I need your help. Can you help me with this? And she was so elated to help our children as well as other people that watch today. So thank you all so much for everything.
It was absolutely amazing. And of course, you still can go back and watch the other sessions that we've done. They are still available online as well. Of course, as Demisha said, we started off with college prep with our council member, Tamika Roberson Tamika Roberson Holman was our presenter for that one, along with her facilitator. And then we did the entrepreneurship with Shelly Harvey. And then we did the dating game with Shantae McCurdy. Then we did Demisha DeFleur with Visions and Goals. And did I miss anybody? And today with Crystal. So the council members, just for those of you who are watching, they're all volunteering to do what they do. And then, of course, getting people like Sawayla to come on and be a part of it as well. So trust that the information you got today was such a blessing to you. And hopefully you'll go back and listen to it over and over so that you can get those things down that so that you can be well in every area of your life. And as we go off today, just a reminder, if you'd like to have your bring teams, which we know you should be, or if you want to come to Love City, USA, and you can find a rope holder or a chaperone to be with you. It's gender sensitive chaperones to be with you in the dorms. I really highly encourage you to sign up and reserve your spot today for the June camp for Love City USA. It's filling up fast and we're excited about it. So great job, everyone. Thank God for our back end, for Felicia and Brianna, and for Jesselyn for handling our back end. So thank you all so much. I see somebody said put the text message back up again for texting for the book. So if you guys could pop that up right before we go off, and then show that last it's So the last thing for next month on March 5th, we'll be back at 10 o'clock a.m. And again, thank you so much, Sawela, for all the great information. Thank you, Crystal, for reaching out to her so that she could be a part of this. And thank you, Demisha, for always being here for us. We appreciate all of you all, and to all the Bees Girls Councils for your support. Shantae McCurdy is our DP person. Make sure all of our stuff gets on social media along with Miss Deslin. So we appreciate all of you all of the council members. So we look forward to seeing you next month at 10 o'clock a.m. Right here on Facebook and YouTube. Have a blessed day.